Welcome back, Truth Seeker. April 28th, 2026. And let me make sure everything is good here, because something seems a bit off. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like everything is all good. So, all right, we got to open up in the building. All right. Just want to make sure somehow they didn't make us private again. That happened one time. Broadcasting to nobody. But yeah, the top headlines today, all by the numbers. What else is new? We're going to see how perfect this ritual is with the arrest warrant for former head of the FBI, James Comey, who almost a year ago did that 86-47 thing with the seashells. It's amazing the way they put this stuff together. And if you have the brain power, what it reveals is this script was written long ago. It was written before James Comey even became the head of the FBI, and we're going to see how it all fits together. Today, King Charles addressed the nation by the numbers, paying tribute to the Masonic Grand Lodge, the father of modern Freemasonry over in England, as well as the House of the Temple, the Scottish Rite headquarters in Washington, D.C. And just to make a long story short, today's 308 days after the 308th birthday of the Grand Lodge of England. Of course, that's June 24th is their birthday date. The other year, they overturned Roe versus Wade. You know, it's also John the Baptist's birthday, that June 24th date. Baptisms, babies, Roe versus Wade. Anyway, we'll get to that. Melania and Donald Trump also calling for the firing of Jimmy Kimmel. This feud's been reignited. Melania dropped the line, enough is enough. Just like about a decade ago, Jimmy Kimmel used the enough is enough headline, or I shouldn't say headline, but the headline was enough is enough from Jimmy Kimmel calling for getting rid of Trump. And as we know, that enough is enough comes from the Illuminati card game and the specific card that has to do with assassinations. And here we are right after the latest hoax. But that card bears Trump's face on it. And then following up on the call for the firing of Jimmy Kimmel, the FCC now using taxpayer dollars today to check the broadcast licenses for ABC. And personally, I think all these news networks should lose their license because all they do is broadcast propaganda. Again, all of these media companies might as well just be the fourth wing of government, the propaganda branch. There's no real investigative journalism. And actually, before we get into any of this, because nobody hits the like for any of this, let's get into the things that do hit the likes. I'm thinking about rebranding as I'd like to call it Big Booty Gematria. Maybe I'm thinking that's the new channel, Big Booty Gematria. We found this video today. This girl showing her transformation from flat booty to big booty. So this got 30,000 likes. Again, I have to post about 30,000 videos to get 30,000 likes. But Big Booty Gematria, I think we're on to something here. This is the ticket to a bigger booty. And once we're finished here watching how she achieved it, that's every girl's favorite workout at the gym right now. When I'm at the gym, I see every girl in the line to use that machine. It's all about the bigger booty. Okay. So anyway, hard work pays off. That was her method, but this is not a big booty here, but this is quite impressive. This also popped up in my feed today. 77,000 likes. And in fact, when I started decoding today, this was on 76,000 likes. This has already gotten more likes in the last 30 minutes than I will get in an entire month. Pretty impressive. So I think if I saw somebody do this in person, I would be afraid. Oh my goodness. They say flexibility brings longevity. Okay. Yeah, that girl's unreal. All right. So that's what people like. Here's what people don't like as much, but they should, because this shows you why our federal government needs to go. Every day, nothing but shenanigans that we have to pay for. So notice the Trump administration has issued an arrest warrant for James Comey, who was a lifelong Republican until Trump came into office. And he said, I don't like Trump so much, I'm leaving the Republican Party. If you forgot all that, that was back in 2016. And we were talking about back then, it was the comb over Trump versus Comey, just a script for the ages. It was nothing but news by the numbers the whole time. But yeah, here we are. In the time of number 47, we're now issuing arrest warrants for James Comey 47 days before Trump's birthday. And James Comey's a junior, so he's James Comey Jr., which also equates to 47. Last year on Mercaralia, we got the 8647 thing, which Trump said, is that a threat? Is he threatening to get rid of me? On Mercaralia. And in case you're new here, 47 is the ultimate government number. Trump was going around back in 2020 saying, I've done more in 47 months than Biden's done in 47 years. And don't forget, Biden was the 47th vice president. He took office with a 47-year-old Obama, who's the arch nemesis of Trump. But yeah, again, in this gematria thing, the practice of coding numbers into words based on these elementary ciphers, based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. President, White House, government, authority, Republican, Whig, Democrat, DC, and Trump, all 47. The cornerstone for DC was laid on 47 date numerology, which is the same day the CIA would eventually be established in the year 47, September 18th. And of course, the Masons study the 47th problem of Euclid, and the first degree of Freemasonry is the apprentice or the entered apprentice. And by the way, from the 8647 seashell post to today is 349 days, which is the 70th prime. If you run it in reverse, James Comey Jr. is 70 instead. Mercaralia also equals 70 because his 8647 was posted on Mercaralia, which was the anniversary of Trump declaring Operation Warp Speed, which was the anniversary of the Clade X simulation, which did lead to the 86ing of a lot of people. But yeah, consider that today can be written 28/4. The majority of the world writes the date 28/4, 28th day of 4th month. The head of the FBI is CashApp Pramod Patel. That's his actual name, 284. And from his birthday to today is the 63rd day of his age. From Comey's birthday, which is December 14th, today is 135 days. CashApp Patel, 135 and 63. I know they call him Cash, but his actual name is CashApp. So how perfect, how perfect. And speaking of the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency is also 135. And no doubt they have authority over the FBI. But you see how he was the head of the FBI from 9/4, September 4th, until May 9th, 5/9? 9/4 to 5/9 as we write it in the U.S., right? Look at this. Arrest warrant. That's the story today. Got an arrest warrant for James Comey. 94, run it the other way, 59. Also, today's the 277th day of the FBI's age, established July 26. That's the 59th prime number. And keep in mind, Renegade equals 59. That was Obama's Secret Service name. It was Obama who appointed James Comey. So, I mean, what a script. But what else is new? This is what we see day in and day out. Just this perfect ritualism. And I still remember when James Comey said he'd never heard of the term 86th before. He said, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of getting 86th. Like, come on, man. I mean, who hasn't heard of getting 86th? And 8647, again, he did on Mercaralia, the day the Romans would celebrate Mercury. Just for the record, how Mercury's 86. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I wonder if tomorrow we're going to see Comey in handcuffs because tomorrow's Wednesday, the day of the week named after Mercury, and tomorrow will be, tomorrow will be 88 days before the FBI's birthday. That's what it is. So I'm thinking, I wonder how this goes into tomorrow. The arrest warrant today is Comey in court tomorrow, or what are they going to, this is going to be in the news tomorrow because tomorrow's 88 days before the FBI's birthday. Okay. So, King Charles. We covered why King Charles arrived in the U.S. yesterday. We covered why he announced he was coming to the U.S. on March 31st. We've covered how, just all these parallels between Trump and King Charles. Remember, King Charles's birthday is November 14th, the day leaving 47 days left in the year. Here he is speaking to Congress 47 days before Trump's birthday in 47 land, D.C. Just in case you missed, I guess a real quick recap in case you missed everything about King Charles leading up to today. He announced he was coming to the United States 137 days after his birthday. Royal family, White House, government authority, Washington, D.C., all 137. It was a span of 138 days like Donald Trump in federal. And he's 77 years old. He arrived yesterday on 77 date numerology. The capital's on the 77th meridian. He's going to leave on the 60th birthday of the Church of Satan, April 30th, which is interesting because, again, Trump runs on Mega, the highest degree of the Church of Satan. And again, you go back to 2011, Obama told us on the 45th birthday of the Church of Satan that Trump would become the 45th president at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And then we had this ritual at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the first one Trump's attended since he became president, right before Charles arrives. Yeah, Make America Great Again and King Charles III have the overlap. The day he announced he was coming, King James of the Lakers was playing the Cavaliers, who are named after the other King Charles from the time of the English Civil War. And LeBron's 41 this year, 41 this season, and he's wearing a number 23 patch for his 23rd season. And yesterday, it had date numerology paths of 77, 41, and 23, the day that King Charles showed up at age 77. And we just talked about the No Kings protest, how the latest one, the third one, was 41 weeks after the third and 23 weeks after the second. Charles arrived in the United States yesterday, 201 days from his upcoming birthday. Obviously, that's the number of the Jesuits, and it shows you the royal family's on their puppet strings too. It pretty much debunks all the people out there that say that the royal family rules the world. It's the royal family in control of everything. No, looks like they're on the same Jesuit puppet strings everybody else is. Here's Charles, and don't forget the Queen died 201 days after her cooties diagnosis, which is what made Charles the king. And don't forget who told you she was going to die at 96. And I almost had it right. I said she was going to die May 20th because it was the 140th day of the year, and Queen of England equals 140. And said she died 140 days after her birthday. But I knew that 140 piece was going to matter. Anyway, King Charles. Today, he addresses Congress 165 days after his birthday. With the alphabetic order, Scottish Rite is 165. The big Masonic HQ in D.C. is the Scottish Rite headquarters. And take a look at this. Charles is also here. We'll come back and cover all this stuff I'm skipping over. Charles is also here 57 days before the Grand Lodge of England, which gave birth to modern Freemasonry, which led to things like the Scottish Rite. But he's here 57 days before the Grand Lodge of England's birthday. And Scottish Rite, if you apply numerology, is 57. And did I seriously not put the word England up here? Okay. I forgot to put the most important screenshot up here. England. He's here 57 days before the Grand Lodge of England's birthday. Okay, I need to go back and fix that. It's crazy how often I'll forget to put the most important screenshot in there. Yikes. Anyway, but yeah, you see how perfect this is? You see how perfect this is? In D.C., the Masonic city, when the royal family is known for being a bunch of Freemasons. Secret societies performing their rituals in front of everybody's face every day while everyone's unknowing. And then you show this to your friends and family and neighbors, and it really is pretty logical to think about, and then they just can't grasp it. You're like, okay, DC, Masonic city, royal family. They're known for being a bunch of Masons. Masonry's based in Kabbalah. Kabbalah has the practice of coding numbers into words. It's like they can't follow these things. They can't follow these little simple ideas that are just, they really are simple ideas. I mean, all of this stuff is simple. Every day in the comments, there's no way man could ever do this. It's like, these people aren't educated, right? That leave these comments, there's no way man could ever do this. Like, have you ever taken a mathematics class beyond just addition? Because most of us graduated from addition in second or third grade. You get into college, there's some pretty complicated math subjects that man can perform. Yes, man can do addition. Man can plan things. It's really not that complicated. Building a skyscraper is a lot more complicated than this. But I get tired of just like, there's no way man can add. There's no way man could plan to have Charles doing a Masonic ritual 165 days after his birthday, 57 days before. I guess it is kind of impressive in that way how they line up both ways, but that's what they do. And again, imagine that they've been plotting this stuff out all along, so they find people and just imagine them as pawn pieces that just fit perfectly. Yes, this pawn will have just the right details. He will be the one. And think about fudging birthdays, too, to make it all line up, because I think they do a bit of that, too. Charles might have been born November 10th, but that's not going to work. Your birthday is November 14th. Okay, it's going down right here. We wrote it down. You were born November 14th. Anyway, it's all just one big ritual. And again, the 47th problem of Euclid is very important to the Masons. The first degree of Freemasonry is the apprentice. I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. And don't forget the House of the Temple in D.C. It's at the address 1733. Mason equals 17. Masonry equals 33. The Grand Lodge in England was established in 1717. By the way, that Him movie, if you have Netflix, watch Him, you guys. Watch Him. It cements everything we've been talking about with what they're doing in sports. Picking these people from birth, sacrificing their fathers, sacrificing a lot of people for their career. And like I said, it does seem like there's a little bit of black magic to what's going on in sports to ensure outcomes, technology. It's all in that movie. It is creepy Him. But also at the beginning of Him, what number do they flash on the screen right at the beginning? By the way, in the beginning, there's two football teams playing each other. The Masons and the Saviors. The Masons and the Saviors. All these athletes, part of this big script, these total frauds. After every game, they go out there and thank God. I just want to thank God. Like, I don't know what God they're talking about. But anyway, yeah, they flashed 1717 at the beginning of that movie too, in the Battle of the Masons and the Saviors. But yeah, the House of the Temple's birthday is the day, leaving 74 days left in the year, October 18th. And I should have put Lucifer up there too, because Lucifer is 74. Lucifer is the light bearer. In the occult, knowledge is light. Luke 10:18. Again, the House of the Temple established October 18th. Luke 10:18 in the Bible is where Satan comes to earth, and in some versions of the Bible, Satan's referred to as Lucifer, and then there's this argument that no, Satan and Lucifer are actually different characters. But again, there's clearly similarities. Again, in most Bibles, it's just referred to as Satan, but you get in the Masonic Bible, the King James Version, King James is a Mason. They differentiate between Lucifer and Satan in certain verses. And don't forget, Lucifer, Jesus, cross, Messiah, gospel, parables, all in the most simple cipher. They're all 74, just like Masonic, the King, London, occult, Gematria, English. Don't forget, killing's another 74. Those killing rituals for King Charles on his 74th birthday on King's Road at the University of Idaho. And at University of Virginia, the Cavaliers, where, again, Cavaliers are related to the other King Charles in history from the time of the English Civil War. But yeah, how perfect that the House of the Temple was established that day. And about modern Freemasonry really serving the Jesuits and the Pope. Notice, from the Pope's birthday to Charles' address, 226 days. The House of the Temple, 226. The Masonic headquarters. Pope Leo XIV equals 58, like Freemasonry, like Rosicrucian, like Secret Society, like London, England. Like how Trump's first time around, everything was 58, announcing from the 58-story Trump Tower for the 58th election. Even this time around in 2024, he supposedly got 58% of the Electoral College. And didn't I tell you guys? I told you guys in the Saturday stream that the White Sox would be 5-8 after yesterday's game, didn't I? And they sure were. They became 5-8 versus the Angels. Pope Leo XIV 58. His favorite team's the White Sox. They started the year 5-8. They became 5-8 on the road. Yesterday, they became 5-8 at home, and it did look. We had the haters actually hating last night. I love how my haters pay the most attention because it looked like the White Sox were going to lose, but they had a late rally to win the game. Nothing but scripts to become 5-8 at home versus the Angels. But yeah, this 58 thing: Freemasonry 58, Rosicrucian 58, Secret Society 58, and the list goes on. And don't forget, Freemasonry's secrets are in Solomon's Temple for another 58, and on and on and on. But, England needs to be up here again. 57 days before, I didn't even mean to put moon up there. I'm going to fix it right now. It's driving me nuts. I mean, how perfect, you guys. Seriously. And don't forget that D.C. used to be Rome on the Potomac. The land was gifted by a wealthy Catholic Francis Pope. And, the island that is the U.K., by the way, James Comey, 65 years old right now. I feel like there's something about this arrest also happening while Charles is here and he's 65. I can't. I'd have to look probably more into James Comey's family lineage, but that's a big number there with the United Kingdom, 65. The ritual with Comey today while he's 65, while the king's in town. We talked about the 70 piece with Comey. But yeah, Scottish Rite again, 57, small way, 165, the big way. So think about that. 165 days after Charles' birthday, 57 days before the upcoming birthday of the Grand Lodge of England. Don't forget, Georgetown established. George Washington inaugurated a couple months later at age 57. Again, today's 308 days after the 308th birthday of modern Freemasonry. Keep in mind, DC's on the 38th parallel north. Again, 0 in numerology is a null value, so 308 is very similar to 38 in numerology terms. Kabbalah is 38, what Freemasonry is based in. Don't forget, the Queen died at 96, Freemason 96, then replaced with her son Charles. And funny enough, when Charles leaves the U.S. on the Church of Satan's birthday, that's going to be 190 weeks after she died. King Charles, 190. How perfect. How perfect. And don't forget, they killed her on the Virgin Mary's birthday. There was a lot to the Queen's death. So there's that. And let me see. Yeah, this Melania and Melania saying enough is enough. It's time to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. Remember the last time they did something like this? Jimmy Kimmel was off the air and then he had monster ratings coming back. Yesterday, Melania and Trump went after Kimmel on social media, a span of 201 days from Jimmy Kimmel's birthday. Okay. The Jesuit Order 201. And in light of, there's a lot of things that are 201, but we know it traces back to the Jesuits. Jewish mysticism's 201, which is another way of saying Kabbalah. And that's what Freemasonry is based in, which is why it's sometimes referred to as Judaism for the Gentile. And notice that this ritual happened on the 27th of April, which can be written 27/4. Jimmy Kimmel broadcast from the Hollywood Masonic Temple, which equals 274. The Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator, equals 274. Again, their logo's the sun with IHS for that motto. The Catholic Church has celebrated the sun's birthday on 12/25 since 274 AD. And Melania had just turned 56 the day prior, another big Jesuit number. From ABC's establishment, which is also on Mercuralia, interestingly enough, Mercury the Trickster. Isn't that interesting that the media was established on a day important to Rome to celebrate the trickster? And isn't the media just constantly fooling everybody? I shouldn't say everybody's not fooling us, but almost everybody. I thought, what a day. What a day to establish the American Broadcasting Company. And anyway, from that day to the little feud starting on April 27th, 347 days, which is the 69th prime. Notice the Jesuit Order, 69-201. Jewish mysticism, 69-201. And don't forget, Trump even wrote in one of his books about his Kabbalah teacher when he was a youngster. So Trump is definitely aware of the old Kabbalah. And, just reading the article, or here, I can just read a little bit of this. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump sharply criticized ABC late-night host Jimmy Kimmel on Monday for on-air comments he made about her days before a gunman opened fire outside the White House Correspondents Association dinner. Trump called on the Disney-owned broadcast network to fire Kimmel, a regular subject of the president's ire. The Apprentice is back. In a parody of the White House Correspondents Association dinner that aired on Kimmel's show on Thursday, the late-night comedian said of the First Lady, "You have a glow like an expectant widow." Trump slammed the skit in a post on Truth Social on Monday, calling it really shocking, and drew a direct connection between Kimmel's comments and the weekend shooting. This whole saga reminds me of the movie V for Vendetta, where they wear the Guy Fawkes mask, which traces back to the history of the Jesuits trying to kill King James on November 5th, like the election was on November 5th. I appreciate that so many people are incensed by Kimmel's despicable call to violence and normally would not be responsive to anything that he said, but this is something far beyond the pale, the president wrote in part. Jimmy Kimmel should be immediately fired by Disney and ABC. In a separate post on X, the First Lady said Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is intended to divide our country. Kimmel's monologue about my family isn't comedy. His words are corrosive and deepens the political sickness within America, she wrote. People like Kimmel shouldn't have the opportunity to enter our homes each evening to spread hate. Ha! Can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's supposed to be ironic, right? I mean, it's just supposed to be, is this supposed to be horribly ironic? Just Trump. I mean, it's unbelievable. Go back to what I said before Super Tuesday in 2016. I said, isn't it interesting that Ben Carson can't say that he's blacker than Obama and he has to drop out of the presidential race because that wasn't presidential, but Trump could be out here calling people retards and doing this kind of stuff. All of this stuff, it's so annoying, and it's amazing that people can't see through it. Anyway, a coward. Kimmel hides behind ABC because he knows the network will keep running cover to protect him, she added. Enough is enough. It is time for ABC to take a stand. How many times will ABC's leadership enable Kimmel's atrocious behavior at the expense of our community? Now, August 16, 2017, we covered this. I remember it like it was yesterday because this enough is enough things has been going on nonstop. Again, enough is enough is the Donald Trump card and the Illuminati card game. But August 16, 2017, Jimmy Kimmel delivered a notable, partially serious monologue on Jimmy Kimmel Live titled Enough is Enough, in which he urged supporters of then President Donald Trump to reconsider their support. This is just a breakdown. It said, context, the monologue followed a controversial press conference by President Donald Trump regarding violent right-wing demonstrations in Charlottesville. Okay, this is when the guys were out there with their tiki torches. The message Kimmel addressed Trump voters directly, stating, I'm not joking when I say I would feel more comfortable if Cersei Lannister was running, I don't know who that is actually, Cersei Lannister, was running this country before urging them to recognize the severity of the situation. Make America Great Britain again. That's interesting that was part of it. And now this is happening today. The FCC is going after the license on the day that King Charles is speaking. 47 days before Trump's birthday, when just, the Masons and the 47th problem of Euclid and Jimmy Kimmel broadcaster from ABC. This is what I mean about how it's all one big script. Make America Great Britain again. Kimmel jokingly proposed that the country promote Trump to king to limit his power, suggesting they set him up in a castle, maybe in Florida, lead him to the top, and then lock the door to that castle forever. While containing his typical humor, the segment was considered a serious emotional plea for unity and a rejection of the president's defense of white supremacists. You know what they say about all great story writing? If you take any kind of writing camp or class, they say you got to learn how to mix in the irony. So here we are. It's back again. Enough is enough. The feds are going after ABC's license over Jimmy on the day the king is speaking in Congress. I just got to measure out of curiosity. Just for the record, though, I guess before I do that real quick. Again, that was on 16/8. We documented this and how it was so perfect for him to do Enough is Enough. And as I was pointing out that day that Jimmy Kimmel had made fun of Gematria on his show, he said how dumb it is. But I should go back and look up old posts. I know he did a skit over 47 2 years ago, Jimmy Kimmel did. But anyway, Enough is Enough. 16th of August, 16/8. Let me see something real quick. August 16, 2017 to today, 3,177 days. A span of 454 weeks. I don't know what to say about that. I just don't know what to say about that. Could be something to it, but could be something about these huge magical numbers. Because in the Hebrew ciphers, there's some words that have these huge values. It could be something like that. It wouldn't surprise me if there's something there. I just don't know what it is. There's always more to learn. But yeah, that Make America Great Britain Again thing is pretty wild in light of how this is all coming together. And just out of curiosity, I got to run the numbers. Make America Great Britain. Nobody dare criticize the king. 187, like Washington, D.C., Society of Jesus, ancient and accepted Scottish rite of Freemasonry. Okay, and then, yeah, just, there's today the FCC reviewing the licenses of ABC. Funny enough, the FCC was established in history on the real King James's birthday. And from their anniversary of establishment, today's 313 days, which is the 65th prime. And Jimmy Kimmel's 65, but you know what? Like I was saying, or Jimmy Kimmel equals 65. And it's amazing how often I'll say something like that with this on the screen. Somebody will leave a comment, Jimmy Kimmel's not 65 years old. Like, is this person even watching the video? Are they watching this as a Gematria channel? Did they think that maybe what I could have meant is his Gematria value equals 65? It happens all the time. It's like, what the hell is wrong with people? Obviously, he's not 65 years old. But like I said, James Comey is, and that's also factoring in today. So United Kingdom, 65. Like I said, a lot of rituals over the years. The poor Game of Thrones actors, when they die, it's always some UK ritual. You see how United Kingdom and Game of Thrones has the same values in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. But yeah, that is wild. That is wild. And remember, modern Freemasonry does come from London, which is divided into 33 neighborhood areas, which makes sense. England is also 33. Masonry's 33. In this case, Hollywood's 33. And, you know, Trump's family name when they came from over there, Trump 33, and so on and so forth. Trump's family's Scottish, is like the Scottish Rite. But yeah, here, let me drop the link and see if we can get you guys in here. We don't even have 200 viewers, so I better get some more big booty up here. I'll do some big booty scanning to see if it can help the algorithm. The algorithm likes to promote booty. Put on some yoga shorts, some little tight shorts. Algorithm likes it. Does not like Gematria. Now, we watch this one. She's not a big booty, but she is pretty impressive here with this flexibility. It's almost, it does scare me. I can only look so much of that. We saw this girl's trying to transform her flat booty. She doesn't. Well, that poor lady. I mean, come on, you guys. Just 2 likes. Think about how she feels. She's trying to share some knowledge here. Ping pong, 96,000 likes. Wow, even better than the booty. Way better than Gematria. Holy shit. You know what? I'm not that bad at ping pong. Maybe it's time to switch it up. Would you guys rather see me play ping pong? I think I could hang. This guy's just got the volley all day. Bam. He's just waiting until this guy messes up. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to have a neighbor. I used to have a neighbor that bragged about how good he was. He won some Canadian tournaments. He was older, though, when I knew him. I could put him to shame as a kid. All right, this is going on too long. I can't take it anymore. No likes on that, and I saw that was questioning the cootie shots. What do you know? YouTube didn't like that. No likes. What is this about? Freaking 58,000 likes? I can't figure out the kind of shit people want to. Just people acting crazy. Okay. 10,000 likes. All right. This reminds me of yesterday. This got the people in the room. Chris from Vegas, the real Chris from Vegas, a true scammer. Just for comedy points, and because I haven't heard your squirrely voice in a few weeks, if you can connect your mic, I'll bring you on. We'll see what the Chris from Vegas chipmunk's voice can do with, I don't know, some kind of wild yoga here. This doesn't look like yoga to me. It looks like something else is going on. But, yeah, anyway, hey, we're up 1 viewer. So far, so good. Oh, up 5 more as I speak. This is working. Chipmunk man disappeared. Does anybody want to come on here and talk about what you think about the future of Big Booty Gematria? If anybody has any ideas for the new channel banner, I think we're going there. You guys seem to be in favor of Big Booty Gematria. What would you do if you were at the gym and then you saw a girl doing this? Oh my God. This girl needs a boyfriend. 10,000 likes. I'm surprised. You know, yesterday the girl was doing something similar and she had what, almost 60,000 likes? Maybe this video is a little newer. But hey, that's still way better than I can do. You know, put out some of the most amazing content and can hardly even scrape 300 likes. Squirrel Man, you got to connect your mic. We got Elohim in the chat. Elohim, what would you do if you saw this girl at the gym? We got Mike. Mike, Filet mignon? Oh, wait. Mikel Filet Mignon. Mikel, you got to unmute. Well, that was disappointing. Okay. We're up another 2 viewers already. This is way better than Gematria. At this rate, we will break the 200 viewer mark. Let's see. All right. Well, so far, maybe you guys are all hypnotized. Try one more time to see if anybody else has anything to contribute to this stream. All right, dropping the link again. We're up another 5 viewers already. If anybody's mad about this, you guys should have just hit the like button and got some more people in here. We're in desperation times. This information needs to get out, and I can't do it without big booty gematria, apparently. What's up?
So what are you doing? Dude, what's going on?
Do you like the direction of things around here? Is this a net positive?
I'm screaming. No, you gotta put. All right, they're not like have it on there. You gotta have like a monitor behind you. Like, you know, you have what is 47. You gotta have a monitor and have that going behind you, like just a compilation of the hella videos. That's gonna put your what is it called, TMI or TPI up, but or BMI, whatever it's called. But yeah, this is insane.
Get your body mass index up. Now, if this was your girlfriend and you found out she was posting these videos online, what would you do?
Bro, Zach, I'm not. My girl wouldn't. The ones I go after ain't gonna be doing this. That's all I gotta say. These ones are these are the OnlyFans whore models, bro. I don't go after the bottom of the barrel.
Do you think that's what this is? Is this the lead into OnlyFans? It probably is.
Yeah, it's the OnlyFans model, bro.
That's probably, you're right. That's probably exactly what's going on here.
Nah, these are bottom of the barrel. These are sucky buses. I don't fuck with that. But nah, honestly, it'll probably bring more views when people are trying to click. But your live stream isn't this video. It's the thumbnail. It's the thumbnail you have for it. So they couldn't even see this. It would have to be like how you would used to do it. Would have no thumbnail and it would show this. But no, this is crazy, Zach. Do
you think I need to put this in the thumbnail? This needs to be in the thumbnail?
Yeah, like these stuff needs to be in a thumbnail. Like if you really want to get the views, but I wish you would hop on X as well and like in Twitch. And
look at you guys. I know some of you guys are mad at me for using the AI, but here, let's see what it generates. Create a high CTR YouTube thumbnail for the caption. Right, big booty gematria.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the thumbnail and just see what happens, you guys, because this viewership for this great of a broadcast, it's just disappointing. So
I know you don't want to do this, but just try to go to Kick, Twitch, Rumble, and just multi-stream on go to Streamlabs and just multi-stream on all those. You're gonna grab some more new people. I'm telling you, and you might get interviewed on one of these podcasts, and then it might. But you gotta do some more current, like newer type of techniques.
Check out this Kick thing. Are there people on there? Is that a busy platform?
Yeah, look, that's my favorite streaming one, bro. Kick, yes, you can say whatever. You can say whatever. It's ran by some Australian. I don't know if he's Jewish, but it's ran by some Australian. He bought the whole platform in his Switch. You can say whatever, and yeah, like something like that. Yeah, Zach, yes. No boy, I know. I know. It's sad that we're in the incel era of like just where I'm telling you, like. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro, but yeah. All right, I gotta go. But this is
you guys can't get mad at me, man. I've been here grinding for 13 years. I can't handle these horrible ass numbers. We gotta do something.
It's a good angle. But Zach, hop on Kick, bro. Hop on Kick, like Kick, Twitch, and just stream. Try to multi-stream. Like you're gonna get like at least 100+ people, or like I know you have that. We have the community where you're gonna get on someone else. Someone's gonna interview you. You're gonna be like, what is this? Because like the information is out, but someone's gonna get you on their shit. And yeah, you gotta just stream on Kick, Twitch, Yeah, that was a great thumbnail. I'm out of here. That shit's funny.
Before I sign off, you guys, I have to change the thumbnail. I have to change the thumbnail to see if it helps out the view. We're experimenting here because, again, you guys, the channel is deader than dead, and at the rate things are going, I mean, we're not too far off from having like 1 viewer, 10 views, 1 like. That is the trajectory of the channel, and I know it's not my fault. I'm doing a great job over here. But some big booty gematria might turn the tide. So, or should we make that logo bigger? Do we want this logo highly associated? We'll see how it goes. I just got to see in real time how fast of a difference this can make. It can't be real. Every video I do says the analytics says it got 300 of my subscribers to watch. I was like, how's it only? Is there like only 300 of you guys who are subscribed that ever watch videos anymore? Hold on. All right. All right, the new thumbnail is live. We're gonna see what happens. Called everywhere. Yeah, all right. Chris from Vegas is here. You might want to get out your earplugs. I'm just gonna let him have the floor because it's comedy time. Chris from Vegas. Oh, come on. Oh, all right. Maybe this with the thumbnail is a better combination. Austin, that's a pretty funny comment. Okay. All right. The word gematria is what's blacklisting you. Yeah, that could very well be it. I took that out of my username though months ago. We've been number games. We got rid of GematriaEffectNews. I swear to God, everything I do just makes everything worse. Somebody said I need to start using the, I forget what they call it, SEO optimization. So I researched how to do that. I started doing that to every video, and I noticed there was a major drop off right away. I was like, what the hell? So I do that, and it gets way worse. And then people say, Zach, you need better thumbnails. So I start doing the AI thumbnails, which I really didn't want to do. But I can't lie. I kind of have fun with the AI thumbnail maker. It's a guilty pleasure. Things have gotten worse since then. So I don't know. Big booty gematria. It's a Hail Mary. All right. All right. Real work can't be acknowledged. I know. Doesn't it seem that way? $1 to 1 million, but still living in the same apartment, still the valet man 9 to 5. Come on and tell us about it. Come on. I don't know why you keep coming in the background under new channels and won't talk. We want to hear you today. All right. All right. He's not going to come on. I got to get my daughter, you guys. Sorry if you don't like big booty gematria. We're just going to try it out, okay? At least for a week. Big booty gematria. Actually, the new thumbnail has the viewers going down somehow, so maybe that was not a good move. But we'll see. We'll see where the view count goes to. And no, he is a valet. That's his job. He's a valet man. All right. Anyway, I got to go get my daughter, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you're not too offended about big booty gematria. Again, if it doesn't work for the week. By the way, I might have to switch up my whole schedule here with doing news live streams because I've been having the grandparents help out with watching Ruby in the daytime while I do the work. And they say, well, I don't know. I'm confused because it seems like they enjoy it so much, but they say they need more free time, which I understand. So yeah, I'm going to have to switch who's watching Ruby, and it might switch around my schedule for a bit. And if it does, I will. I'll start doing a nighttime broadcast after Ruby goes to bed. I know I tried to do that earlier, and it was just too much and exhaustion. But if I have to do it, I will do it. So that could also be happening here in the near future. Live streams later at night. But anyway, we'll leave it there for now, you guys. Big Booty Gematria signing off. Until next time.